And now the president is looking to have the publication of the book halted. But the toothpaste is already out of the cat. The president claims the book is libelous. A letter from his legal team to the publisher of Fire and Fury reads, quote, Mr. Trump hereby demands that you immediately cease and desist from any further publication, release, or dissemination of the book, the article, or any excerpts or summaries of either of them to any person or entity, and that you issue a full and complete retraction and apology to my client as to all statements made about him in the book and article that lack competent evidentiary support. So, does the president have a case? Let me go to Fox News senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano. Judge, how are you? We got you by phone right now.
Oh, happy to be with you, Kennedy, and a fascinating conversation you're having with the panel. The short answer to the question, does the president have a case, is no, he does not. There are two causes of action alleged in the 8-page letter that his lawyer sent. One is for damages to the president's reputation, and the other seeks what's called the prior restraint. It threatens a lawsuit asking a judge to restrain the distribution of the book. Let's take the second one first. Prior restraints are unlawful under the First Amendment and have been uniformly rejected. There isn't a judge in the country that would sign an order restraining the distribution of a book, particularly after, as you say, the toothpaste is already out of the tube and the most salacious parts of the book are already out there. In terms of damages, it is impossible, quote me, impossible to libel the President of the United States, because the theory of libel is the publisher has a bigger megaphone than the victim. In this case, the so-called victim, the president, has a bigger megaphone than any one or thing on the planet. That's the practical reason why it's impossible to libel him. The legal reason is this is all somebody's opinion, and opinion is protected speech. The only way you can libel a well-known person is if you publish something knowing it's false or with reckless disregard to the truth or falsity, except for the president, who cannot be libeled under any circumstance.
All right, so let me ask you this. The president's legal team has also threatened to sue Steve Bannon for violating his NDA, seeking possibly monetary damages. Is there a case there?
I'm assuming that he had some sort of a thou shalt not speak against the boss agreement when he was employed. And I don't know who his employer was, whether it was Trump Pence Campaign Inc. Or whether it was the Trump Organization. But clearly there can't be a non-disparaging agreement when you're employed by the government, because the government is prohibited from interfering with people's speech. So not having seen any agreement he may have signed when he worked for the campaign, we can't answer that. But he cannot be sued for anything he learned or observed while in the employ of the president and then went on to speak about it.
I wonder if the president's lawyers were aware of that when he was elected judge. Thank you so much for your insight. Can't wait to talk about it in person.
See you Monday.
Thank you.